Happy Saturday, Wildcat fans. Here we are at the Eagan Civic Arena, 4:45 on Saturday afternoon. Your Eagan Wildcats in their home whites will be skating right to left versus the Cottage Grove Wolfpack. This is their PWB2 white team, I believe. They will be in their away greens, skating left to right. Starting in net for your Wildcats is Mr. Verstraat. At center, Nolan Cottage. Left wing, Everett Sy. Right wing, Will Gannon. Right D, Titan Stricker. Left D, Michael Haynes. Puck drop falls to Everett Sy. He pushes the offensive zone. Puck slides back to their defense. Turnover in the Eagan offensive zone. Here comes Sy from the top side circle. He can't get a shot off. Nice pass from Gannon to Haynes. Haynes' shot deflected down by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove will cycle it back on their own net, going along the far wall. Zone held by Sy. Sy runs into traffic. Puck falls free to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove going the other direction. That pass tipped by Eagan Wildcats, picked up by Michael Haynes. Michael Haynes on the near boards with speed, tried to dump it deep. That sails wide to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove coming back into their own offensive zone. But Cottage had other ideas. He takes the puck up. Bauman's on the ice. He takes the puck up along the far boards. We got Austin and Laurent back at D. Headed forwards are Lawrence, Prouty, and Bauman. Nice streaking poke check by Prouty. He takes the puck off the Cottage Grove stick and he comes down the length of the ice. Drop pass to Lawrence. Lawrence sends it deep in the near side corner for Bauman. Bauman forces Cottage Grove to regroup behind their own net. Eagan swarming the lone Cottage Grove forward as they try to dump the puck. Dangerous pass up to Rudolph. Rudolph, so 1-on-3 going the other way. Rudolph, top side circle. He spins, takes the puck wide, gets pinched into the far corner. Prouty's there to help him out. Prouty back to Rudolph. Rudolph up to Austin. Austin, he's going to wrap it right around the Eagan net. Looking for Klenner. Klenner playing left wing. Centering pass knocked down by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, they've got a leaking forward here. They do not pass the puck up. He takes it himself. Far side of the ice. Taken away by Haynes and Klenner. Austin up ice to the center logo. Unable to hold the zone as Gannon streaks on the ice to stop at the center line and throws it deep. Cottage Grove recovers, regains possession. Sy intercepts that pass. Sy looking for Donahue on the other side. Does not get through. Eagan regroups and Donahue. Donahue spins. That shot. Rebound. Good save by the goaltender. He was sliding to his right. That puck just sat there right in the crease. Cottage Grove with numbers. Dangerous pass. Nice save! Verstraat! It's a great pass by Cottage Grove. They came right through the low slot. That shot knocked down. Cottage. He takes it the length of the ice all by himself, far side of the ice. Looking for Sy. Sy's all Sy. His shot. Pad save and cover by Cottage Grove. Sy came in. Gave a little poke check to the goaltender. Cottage Grove did not like that and knocked Sy on his backside. Referee's talking to the goaltender, just saying, hey, let's keep our emotions in check and play a safe game. On the ice, you got Lawrence, Laurent, Austin, Prouty, and Bauman. Prouty takes the face off. takes himself, quick shot, pad save. Goaltender kicks that to his right side, near side of the ice. Cottage Grove not able to exit into the Eagan side of the zone as your Eagan Wildcats hold the red line very well. Shot by Austin off the shin pad of a Cottage Grove Wolfpack defender. Now from the point was that Prouty. Prouty takes a shot, does not get through traffic. Wolfpack recover it. Come up near side, hounded by Bauman and Laurent. Big-bodied right winger gets through as Prouty's there to help the back end. Puck sails free, picked up by Cottage Grove back at the center line. Turnover, back to Laurent. Laurent, backhand pass up to Bauman. Bauman pushes the offensive zone, drop pass to Lawrence. Got Lawrence, Donahue, Austin, and Haynes on the ice. Donahue gets his pocket picked. Cottage Grove comes the other way. Near side circle. That's a quick high and wide shot. Wraps all the way back around the boards to the far side of the ice. Secondary shot from the top side circle, knocked down by a very quick Austin stick. So that puck goes the length of the ice. Goaltender stops it, gives it back to their left D. Left D swings it near side. And a breakout pass on the near boards. Oh, the offside. Cottage Grove will have a near side drop. Eagan, half of the ice. Klenner, Haynes, Stricker, Donahue, and Rudolph. Donahue takes the face-off, takes it himself, looks over, nice saucer pass over to Rudolph. Rudolph tries to toe drag, go the inside, and Cottage Grove with a quick stick knocks it wide. Now Cottage Grove from the near side circle. Can't get a quality shot on net. Picked up by Haynes. Haynes to Klenner. Donahue gets it taken off of his stick by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove wraps around. Centering pass. That shot wide left. Another opportunity knocked away by your Eagan defenseman. So good, two quality scoring opportunities by the Cottage Grove Wolfpack, foiled by your Eagan Wildcats. Now Cottage, he's on the ice. He waits for support, slides it over, looking for Haynes, but knocked down by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, they'll do a dump and chase into the Eagan defensive zone, as we've got Haynes, Austin, Cy, Gannon, Cottage on the ice. Cottage Grove, bouncing shot, scooped up by Verstraat. 7:51 remaining in the first period. Your Eagan Wildcats out shooting Cottage Grove 3-1. However, Cottage Grove has had more scoring opportunities that have just sailed wide of the net. Kolaji lines up to take the faceoff just to Verstraat's right-hand side, deep in the Eagan defensive zone. Puck drifts back into Verstraat. Puck is loose. Verstraat thought he had it. Eagan knocked it back out to center ice and the center logo. 3 Wildcats on the puck. They send it down low, picked up by Laurent. So Laurent and Austin on as your defenseman. As Austin comes in with an elbow, and that's the first penalty of the game. So the Cottage Grove Wolfpack will go on the power play here. 7:21 remaining in the first period. 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock for the player advantage towards green. For your Wildcats, we've got Prouty, Bauman, Haynes, and Stricker just to Verstraat's right-hand side, top circle, Eagan defensive zone. Prouty takes the face-off himself, looks to nudge it back up into neutral ice, does not get there. Controlled by Cottage Grove. They're going to take it down low, trying to cycle it. But Bauman, great effort, supported by Prouty, forces that puck back behind the Eagan net. Stricker, backwards pass, looking for anybody in a white sweater. Knocked near side, picked up by Cottage Grove. Michael Haynes and Prouty knocked that puck off of the stick of Cottage Grove. The Cottage Grove maintains possession. They cross it, far side of the ice. Nice deflection by Bauman to Prouty. Prouty skates up to the center line. He's going to dump and chase as Eagan Wildcats have knocked 20 seconds off of the PK. Prouty, shot, glove save. Prouty, nice physical play. He threw a shoulder there that could have been called. So Eagan Wildcats playing physical and being quick to the puck, but we have to be careful not to draw too many penalties, as we do not want to have the disadvantage on the ice. 6:28 remaining in the first period. 59 seconds remaining on the PK. Klenner, Lawrence, Laurent, and Stricker on the ice for your Wildcats. So, was it a 2-minute? I'm not sure if we're doing 2-minute penalties, or I think it's supposed to be 1:30.
If 1:30, we should only have like 29.
So it looks like the referee is talking to both coaches, not sure if it's a warning on physical play or if it's on the penalty. So they are going to talk to the score table. It looks like what they'll do is they will reduce 30 seconds off of this penalty, as it should have been a minute 30. I think they put 2 minutes up there. So it'll come down to 29 seconds left on the penalty kill for Eagan Wildcats, with an offensive zone face-off here to the Cottage Grove goaltender's right-hand side. Again, you've got Laurent and Stricker back at D. And we have Klenner and Lawrence as your two forwards. The score table having a tough time figuring out the clock. At this point, they should just start the clock, and at 5 minutes and 59 seconds, let them out. But that's all right. They'll figure it out. The kids are getting a little squirrely on the ice. All right, so they're saying 37 seconds per the referee. So 37 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Eagan Wildcats. Lawrence lines up to take the face-off, or Battle of the Sticks, as it was commonly referred to last weekend. Jimmy Lawrence wins the face-off, takes it right to the net. His shot, pad save, wide left. Secondary shot goes back behind. Cottage Grove thought he covered it. Puck falls free. Nice effort up the ice. That's a shot from the near side circle. Stick save, pushed into the near side corner, wrapped around Egan's net by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove regroups, cycles it back deep into the Egan defensive zone. Laurent steps up. Stricker's there to help. Now Lawrence over along the far boards. He forces an errant pass that falls back to Stricker. Stricker, as time expired on the penalty kill, takes it near side, turnover to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove right through the mid slot. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Lawrence is able to clear the zone. He'll send it down for an icing. As we get fresh legs on the ice. Shots on goal at 4 apiece. And we have Austin, Cy, Rudolph, Kolaji, Gannon. Oh. All right, 20 forwards. Rudolph exits the ice. We've got Haynes, Austin, Kolaji, Cy, Gannon. Face off goes to Cottage Grove. That's kicked away, nearly kicked into the goal by friendly fire. Outlet pass from Cottage Grove, intercepted and taken by Everett Cy. Cy, he's got Gannon streaking through the slot. Back pass to Haynes. Haynes to Kolaji. Kolaji shot wide right. Picked up by Gannon. Gannon up and in. Will Gannon on the rebound. Nice assist by Nolan Kolaji. Kolaji's shot went wide right. Those are always dangerous, as he used the back boards literally as a backboard. Just like basketball, knocked it back, came right back out front. Gannon goes up and over the goaltender to put Egan up 1-0 with 5:09 remaining in the first period. Kolaji side, Gannon Austin and Haynes. Cottage takes the face off. Cottage Grove wins it and pushes the offensive zone. Cottage Grove near boards. Great centering pass. Bounces right through the crease. And wide. Outlet pass to Cottage. Cottage off the boards, looking to skate around the left D. Secondary effort. Nets him the puck, but that's taken away by Cottage Grove. Haynes and Austin are back for Erie Wildcats on D. That shot sails wide left. Rudolph, Cottage, Cy, Austin, and Haynes on the ice. Cottage up to Cy. Cy on the near boards. He gets hooked. So Erie Wildcats will take the penalty. Cottage Grove touches the puck before Bearshot can get off the ice. The Erie Wildcats will go on the power play. 4:22 remaining in the first period. Donahue, Stricker, Laurent, Rudolph, and Klenner. Face off to the Cottage Grove netminders' left-hand side. Eagan offensive zone. Donahue looking to slide it over for Rudolph, taken away by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove's outlet pass too far, gathered up by Laurent. Laurent to Stricker, up to Rudolph. Rudolph makes one-man miss, takes the offensive zone, looking to dump it deep. Fans on it. Cottage Grove, they'll slide it back behind their own net, trying to set up a breakout pass. Rudolph and Klenner have other intentions as it's taken away. Klenner back to Stricker, Stricker down to Rudolph. Rudolph runs into traffic down low, taken away by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove not able to exit the zone. Laurent to Rudolph, Rudolph to Klenner, Klenner, his shot, wide right. Gets his own rebound. Shuffles it back to Rudolph, Rudolph with all the time in the world. Dumps it up to Stricker, Stricker. He's going to send it back down, looking for Donahue. Donahue to Klenner, back up to Laurent. Laurent shot! That's tipped. Pad save near boards by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, they exit the zone, forcing Eagan to regroup. Laurent to Stricker. Stricker, quick pass looking for Donahue. Knocked down by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove off the boards into the Eagan defensive zone. With 11 seconds remaining on the power play, Eagan Wildcats will send it down and get a change. You got Lawrence, Bauman, Prouty, Austin, and Haynes on the ice. Penalty is expired. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey as Cottage Grove, they take a shot from the top circle, Eagan defensive zone. That was tipped and actually barely missed wide right. Secondary shot sticked away by Bearstrot. Bearstrot up to Lawrence at the logo. Lawrence was tracked down by Cottage Grove. They're going to dump it all the way back behind the Eagan netminder as Austin's back to pick it up. Austin makes a nice little move, but he can't get past the second. Forward. Haynes helps him out up to Lawrence. Lawrence to Bauman. Bauman's got a one-on-one going the other way. He's going to come down right to the slot. His shot. That was up, and that would have been in. Nice glove by the Cottage Grove netminder. So the face-off to Cottage Grove goaltender's left-hand side, top circle, Eagan offensive zone. Gannon, Cy, Kalaji, Laurent, and Stricker. 2:03 remaining in this first period. Kalaji knocks the puck in the near side corner. Puck picked up by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, they're going to wrap it over. Puck intercepted by Gannon. Gannon. Backhand pass looking for Kalaji. Kalaji to Stricker. Stricker back to Kalaji. That bounces over his stick, goes into the far corner. Cottage Grove, outlet pass. Gets the puck up and nudges it down for a little dump and chase. Laurent is there. Laurent cycles the puck back behind his own net. Two Cottage Grove forwards. Ron Laurent. Laurent shifts it over. Near side for Cy. Back and forth goes the Cottage Grove. That shot deflected. Back out to Stricker. Stricker looking up ice. He's going to loft it up. Looking for Gannon. That was knocked down by Cottage Grove and zone held. Egan's got to get back. Good forecheck by Kalaji. Forces a shot that goes wide left. Picks up the puck. His pass a little bit too hard for Cy. Cy picks up to it though. Squirts the far side of the ice as Rudolph comes into the zone with Donahue. Cottage looking for a penalty, no call coming. Rudolph, Donahue force the puck up into the Eagan offensive zone. It's a 2-on-1. Rudolph to Donahue. Donahue back to Rudolph. Rudolph shot. What a save. Whistle before the puck is pushed free into the goal. So that's a dead play. Well, the face-off to Cottage Grove goaltender's left-hand side, far circle, Eagan offensive zone. Nice secondary effort. Not sure if they pushed it out of the goaltender's mitt or not, but that is no goal. Haynes, Austin, Rudolph, Donahue, Klenner. Turnover by Cottage Grove. Quick shot by Rudolph. Knocked down by Cottage Grove, so we'll line up and do it all again. Top side circle. Eagan offensive zone. Haynes, Austin, Klenner, Rudolph, Donahue. 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Your Eagan Wildcats winning 1-0. Now taking the advantage on shots on net, 10-4. Donahue wins the faceoff, gets it back to Austin. Austin's shot keeps it low, looking for the rebound, wide left. Picked up by Cottage Grove. Turnover. Here comes Klenner. Klenner, his shot through the low slot, looking for Donahue. Donahue can't catch up to it. Cottage Grove clears it back to center ice, and Michael Haynes collects it. 4 seconds remaining. As that'll take us to the end of the first period. The Eagan Wildcats 1, Cottage Grove Wolfpack 0. We are back to some Eagan hockey. Eagan Wildcats in their home white, skating left to right against the Cottage Grove Wolfpack in their away green, skating right to left. Brody Verstraat's back in net. Bauman, Prouty, Lawrence, Stricker, and Haynes are on the ice for your Wildcats. Prouty's going to take the face off at the center logo, knocks it back to Stricker. Stricker looking for Bauman. That bounces up over a Cottage Grove player's stick. Bauman up to Prouty. Bit of a push there by Prouty. Cottage Grove taking offense to that. Great battle by Bauman. Bauman and Prouty. Nice job holding the offensive zone. Prouty, his shot sails wide right. Picked up by Cottage Grove back behind their own net. Cottage Grove along the far boards with speed. Good looking breakout pass, but just a little wide as Haynes deflects that. Cottage Grove catches up to it. They throw it down into the Eagan defensive zone as Stricker knocks it up to Lawrence. Lawrence back up to center ice, and that'll be offside as Cottage Grove tried to hold the zone but was just a couple seconds too late. So we will have a topside bubble face-off on the Eagan half of the ice. You've got Cottage, Gannon, Cy, Laurent, Austin. Cottage up to Cy. Cy gets his pocket picked up at the red line. Knocks it back to Laurent. Laurent had the right idea, looking for a breakout pass near boards. Did not connect, knocked down, and zone maintained by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove right next to Verstraat. Could not get a shot on net. Nice job by Egan getting there. And Caden Austin. Cottage streak up the ice. Nice pass over to Sai. Sai! Back to Cottage! Cottage! Push us up. Tic-tac-toe. That's exactly how you play team hockey. Cottage to Sai. Back to Cottage. Back of the net. 13 shots on net to 5. Puts your Eagan Wildcats up 2-0 early in the second period here in District 8 play.
Only playing the 14 minutes.
Yeah, 14. So 12:30 remaining. Gannon, he's going to send that down. That should be icing, and it is. So a few feet in front of the red line. Gannon sends it down, so we'll have a face-off to Verstrad's right-hand side. Near side circle here in the Eagan defensive zone. Stricker. Sorry, I was looking to see Haynes. Haynes is on the ice, so Stricker, Haynes, Cottage, side, Gannon. Cottage takes the face-off. Stricker up to Gannon. Gannon. It's a 3-on-2. He's going to go high up off the boards. He's streaking down, trying to beat him out. Cottage Grove does a nice job back checking, picking up that puck off the boards. And they come up for a 2-on-2 play. Great poke check by Michael Haynes. So they'll call offsides as Haynes gets that back into neutral ice. Cottage Grove unable to get back. Face off, near side bubble, Eagan half of the ice. Stricker, Haynes, Donahue, Rudolph, and Klenner on the ice for your Wildcats. Donahue to Klenner. Klenner back to Stricker. Stricker back up looking for Klenner. It's a back. They're going to wave off. No icing. As Cottage Grove catches up to it and sends it all the way down. Battle between Michael Haynes and Klenner. They get the puck up to Donahue. Donahue back to center ice. Rudolph applying pressure. Soft D-to-D pass almost taken away by Rudolph in the Eagan defensive zone. Nice job by Klenner providing support. Cottage Grove, though, outmuscles him and comes the other way. Stricker, great stick at the blue line. As Cottage Grove catches up to it and throws it down far side corner. They're going to get a full change. Haynes picks up the puck, goes off the far boards. He's going to bring the puck into the offensive zone. He'll dump it. Rudolph is there to apply pressure. Rudolph picks up the puck off of Cottage Grove player's stick because he could not control it. So the goaltender is forced to fall on it. And that brings us to an offensive zone opportunity for your Eagan Wildcats. Laurent, Austin, Bauman, Prouty, and Lawrence face off to the Cottage Grove goaltender's right-hand side. Quick face-off win. Falls back to Stricker. Stricker's shot. Oh, it was covered by the goaltender. That slips wide left. Eagan tried to center it for a quick opportunity. And Cottage Grove is able to streak up the ice with that one as the left winger comes up, gets some support, knocked down by Eagan. So Laurent with the puck on the far boards. Laurent to Prouty. Prouty back to Austin. Austin reverses direction. He's being pestered by Wolfpack players as Prouty comes up to support. Puck is loose back behind the Eagan net, picked up by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, they're going to change directions. Trying to get a quick outlet pass to the top of the circle. Knocked away by Eagan. And Bauman, nice job, Elliott. He clears the Eagan defensive zone. Pushes the puck up ice and makes Cottage Grove regroup. It's a 3-on-2 going the other way, though, as Cottage Grove recovers the puck. They slide it up to get a quick shot on net. Stick save by Verstrad. Second shot wide right. Austin with the puck, slides it up to Jimmy Lawrence. Lawrence, he's happy just to get it out of the Eagan defensive zone. As Lawrence and Prouty battle near side for the puck. Centering opportunity by Cottage Grove taken away by Prouty. Prouty back to Laurent. Laurent round the goaltender looking for Austin. Austin up the near side of the ice, centering pass for Lawrence. A little bit too much mustard. That just bounces right off of Lawrence's stick to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove resets it up at the top of the zone. Their shot taken by Beckett Laurent. Laurent up to Lawrence. Lawrence. He's going to take a shot right from the blue line. That bouncing puck goes right into the goaltender's pads. Again, he thought he covered it. Bounces free. Cottage Grove maintains control. Outlet pass to the near side blue line. Taken away by Everett, but only for a moment. Haynes, Stricker, Gannon, Kolaji, and Sy on the ice. This line is responsible thus far for both of Egan's goals. I'm sure they would love to make it a nice solid 3 on the day. That shot, wow, Verstraat. That shot came in like a missile. Verstraat stood up, covered it, caught it right out of the air. We'll have a face-off to Verstraat's right-hand side. Egan defensive zone. Same 5 skaters on the ice. Kolaji lines up, takes the face-off, drops it to Stricker. Stricker up to Gannon. Gannon off the boards. Icing's been waived. Cottage Grove catches up to it right at their end line. They're going to wrap it on their own net off the boards. Sy is there to pester him. Haynes holds his own, looking for Kolaji. Kolaji, nice move to the mid-slot. That shot off the boot of a Wolfpack player. That bounces and they come the other way. It's a 1-on-2. They're going to nudge it forward. And just left of the Egan netminder. Gannon is there to support. Cottage Grove, quick shot. Wide left, wraps it around the far boards all the way to their point. As Cottage Grove throws it down deep again past our red line just to hold the zone. Nice skating by number 20. Great pass. That shot just up and over the net. Amazing scoring opportunity by the Cottage Grove Wolfpack as they set that play up. Nice job, Gannon, up to Austin. Austin was sneaking out. Big time glove save and covered by Cottage Grove. Extracurriculars as Sy is thrown into the net well after the whistle. No call forthcoming. Brody Verstraat, nice job. He stopped all 7 shots on net that he's faced. He leaves the ice to a round of applause as Noah McPherson. He skates in and gets comfortable between the pipes. Austin, Laurent, Donahue, Rudolph, and Klenner. Donahue back to Rudolph to Austin. Austin's shot goes to the low slot. Klenner! He gets a shot on net. Sails wide right. Picked up by Rudolph. Rudolph loses control of the puck back behind the Cottage Grove net. And now Cottage Grove, they're coming up. It's the 3-on-2 as they cross the blue line with speed. Nice job by Austin. He skates through, forcing the puck wide. Egan doing a nice job swarming the puck as they're going to send it near side boards. And to Rudolph. Rudolph takes it back behind his own net. Drop pass for Austin. Austin skates past it. Scoring opportunity by Cottage Grove. There's one, there's two. The puck is loose. Great job by Beckett Laurent. He knocks that away right out of the crease as McPherson had to stop 2 quick shots in a row. Entry pass up and over. Eagan Wildcats sticks. Cottage Grove, their shot knocked down by McPherson. Delayed penalty upcoming. Austin comes down. Oh my goodness, that puck was just up and off the blocker. And that almost went in. I think it went blocker and then hit the bar and then bounced back down. It was covered by the Cottage Grove goaltender. So we'll have a face-off to his left-hand side. Egan offensive zone. As Cottage Grove takes a penalty for slash. So Cottage Grove in the box for a slash. It was already an Egan power play, as now it's a 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. Icing will come down the other way, called off because the puck was on net. McPherson nudges it down. So the first penalty that I missed completely has expired. So I apologize for that lack of observation. So it is now, again, Eagan Wildcat power play, but now it's just a 5-on-4. Shot taken away by Cottage Grove as Egan's forced to regroup. Haynes to Prouty. Prouty up to Lawrence. Lawrence to Bauman. Bauman can't skate up to it. Cottage Grove will send it down the length of the ice for icing. 5:14 remaining in the second period. 48 seconds remaining in the power play. Gannon, Kolagi, Cy, Laurent, and Austin back on the ice. McPherson back in net. Kolagi takes the face-off, near side circle. In the Eagan offensive zone. Kolagi skates it wide. Back out to Austin. Austin bands on it. Cottage Grove has the puck, and they're coming down with numbers. It's a 2-on-1 net shot. Wide left, picked up by Gannon. Gannon along the far boards. He's going to kick it up. Try to kick it up to himself. That sails high to Cottage Grove. Laurent, shot on net. Wrong net. Saved by McPherson. Nudges over to Austin. Austin backhand pass to Cy. Cy over to Kolagi. Kolagi, 14 seconds remaining in the power play. To Gannon in the high slot. Gannon tries to get it out to Cy. They knock it back to Laurent. Laurent ties it up at the blue line. Now here comes Cy from the top side circle. They're giving him a lot of room. That shot gloved up and over the net. Back up to Kolagi. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Kolagi back to Austin. Austin back to Gannon. Gannon to the mid slot. Was trying to go back to Laurent. A little bit too much mustard. That sails back into the Eagan defensive zone. Laurent's got to go D to D back to Austin. Austin with time and space. He's going to come along the near side past the red line. Up to Kolagi. Kolagi near side circles. Cross pass to Cy. Cy. Nice little dancing move up to Gannon. Gannon over to Austin. Austin looking for Kolagi. That puck sails right through the slot. Shot. Pad save by Cottage Grove. Eagan doing a great job forcing offensive pressure late in the second period as we've doubled up on shot attempts, 20-10. Rudolph, Donahue, Klenner, Stricker, and Haynes. Stricker overskates it. Here comes Cottage Grove on a one-on-none. Fast break opportunity. No, McPherson! He stops that just like it was a post-game shootout from last weekend. Calm, cool, and collected. Keeps that in his pads, and will have a face-off to his right-hand side, near side circle. Donahue looking for Rudolph, taken away by Cottage Grove as they feed the point. That pass sails harmlessly right through the slot. Klenner does a nice job picking it up. Back to center ice. High off the boards. Puck falls to Cottage Grove. Great poke check by Stricker. Gets it up to Klenner. Klenner along the far boards in the Eagan offensive zone. He's going to dump it near side corner. Picked up by Rudolph. Rudolph runs into traffic behind the Cottage Grove net, and Cottage Grove comes away with the puck. It's a 3-on-2. Coming down into the Eagan offensive zone. The puck is free. Great pass right in front of McPherson. But nice job by Stricker catching up to that puck and get out to Rudolph. Rudolph comes off the ice for Elliot Bauman. Cottage Grove takes the offensive zone along the near boards. Nice job by Lawrence. Lawrence does a nice job knocking that puck off Cottage Grove stick right at the point. He takes the offensive zone. His shot, stick save and cover by the Cottage Grove Wolfpack goaltender. So the face off to his right-hand side, top side circle in the Cottage Grove defensive zone. Prouty, Lawrence, Bauman, Austin, Laurent. Prouty wins the face-off, dumps it to Laurent. Laurent, no place to go with the puck, dumps it deep into the far, along the far boards. Cottage Grove ran into a feisty Grand Prouty back behind the net. Grand Prouty trying to make something happen here. Puck sails wide and picked up by Cottage Grove. Austin battles one of the near boards. Cottage Grove sends it back behind McPherson. But Egan's able to catch up to the puck, gets it back to the center logo. That goes right to a Cottage Grove player. Lawrence, nice shot blocking a shot from the point. That's going to come the other way. His shot bounces right into the shin pad of the Cottage Grove goaltender. He tried to scoop it up with his stick and cover it, but it bounced wide. Now their exit attempt taken away by Cy. Down to Bauman. Though he took a shot to the back, and now I think they're going to call intentional offside. So we'll come all the way back down to the Egan defensive zone. So not only did they miss a penalty call, but now they're going to use that as an intentional offside because Bauman was down on the ground. Kolaji, Haynes, Stricker, Gannon, Cy on the ice. Kolaji takes the face-off, gets it to Gannon. Gannon's going to throw it back out to center ice. DDD pass intercepted, almost taken the other way by Cy. Gannon's there to pick it up. Gannon, his shot! That looked like it was going in at the last second. Blocker save by the Wolfpack goaltender. Cottage Grove with possession. Turnover to Kolaji to Gannon. Touch pass to Stricker. Stricker shot deflected high by Cottage Grove. Stricker had a second opportunity. He gets his stick picked up as Cottage Grove comes away with it. That was offside Egan, so we'll have a face-off near side bubble in the neutral zone. Looks like the same five. Wildcats will stay on the ice. 34 seconds remaining in the period. So this line may be the line that takes us into the third period. Kolaji lines up. Takes the face-off. Looks to push it wide to Gannon. Take it to Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, they streak down the ice. It's a 2-on-1. As Kolaji does a nice job getting back. Stricker pressures the puck. Cottage Grove right in front, and McPherson gobbles that up. 20.4 seconds remaining in the second period. We'll have a face-off to McPherson's right-hand side. Gannon, Kolaji, Cy, Haynes, Stricker. Face-off goes back to Haynes. Haynes around his own net. Along the far boards up to Cy. Cy runs into a gritty Wolfpack player along the far boards, unable to exit the zone. 5 seconds left. He is as he gets up to Gannon. Gannon, 2 seconds. He's got to shoot. He did not shoot. He passed over to Kolaji. He didn't notice. Looks like the bench. He says, arms up in the air, but great scoring opportunity right there at the end of the second period. So Wildcats lead 2-0. Here we are as we enter the third period. Eagan Wildcats against the Cottage Grove Wolfpack. 14 minutes on the clock. Eagan Wildcats out shooting the Wolfpack 23-13. Donahue takes center stage as we enter the third period with Klenner on his left and Rudolph on his right. Back behind them in support, the defenders of the blue line, Beckett Laurent and Caden Austin. Noah McPherson back in net as the puck drops. And Donahue wins the faceoff, takes it himself along the near side. Poke check puck ends up back on the stick of Laurent in neutral zone. Nice D-to-D pass. Austin looking for Klenner. Klenner, touch pass back to Donahue. Donahue throws it deep, back behind the Cottage Grove goal line. Cottage Grove skates back, has possession of the puck. Cottage Grove had numbers. Nice job by Laurent seeing that. Sends it right up the boards. And is streaking Wyatt Klenner. His shot sails wide left, back behind the Cottage Grove goaltender. Cottage Grove, they're going to send it down. No icing as well. Laurent picks up the puck. Laurent thought about going D to D, but that Austin was well covered by 2 green sweaters. So he just throws it back into the offensive zone. Laurent overplayed the puck. Cottage Grove comes away with it. Cottage Grove into the Eagan defensive zone. Not able to maintain possession. That puck sails down to Caden Austin. Austin through the center logo. Throws it deep. So the call there is icing. We'll come all the way back down into the Eagan defensive zone. Face-off will be to McPherson's left-hand side. Stricker, Haynes, Donahue, Bauman. I'm sorry, not Donahue. Prouty, Bauman, and Lawrence. Puck is loose, ends up on the stick of Graham Prouty. Prouty, while on the far boards. He runs into traffic, so he's going to wisely dump and chase. Throws it back behind the Cottage Grove netminder. He tracks it down. Cottage Grove, they're able to exit the zone and come the other way. Haynes doing a nice job poking that away, gets it to Stricker. Stricker in the offensive zone looking to center it for either Bauman or Prouty as they're both back in front of the net. He opts to go to Michael Haynes. Michael Haynes with a rocket, keeps it low. That's a pad save, wide left. Prouty is there, sends it back around. Bauman, nice job holding the puck in the zone. Gets support by Lawrence. Now Prouty comes with it. Prouty, his shot. Covered by the Cottage Grove goaltender. So a face-off to the Cottage Grove goaltender's left-hand side. Eagan gets some fresh legs on the ice, and Laurent and Austin back on. Gannon, side, Kolagi. Kolagi, the top of the circle. Cottage Grove wins the face-off. Send it back to the left D. That saucer pass looking to a streaking Garcia on the near boards off of the back of another Cottage Grove player. Cy on the puck near boards. Offside as Gannon was a little bit too eager. So the neutralized drop near side bubble. Cottage Grove half of the ice. Again, it's Laurent, Austin, Cy, Kolagi, Gannon, McPherson back in net. 11:18 remaining in the third period. Cottage Grove with an opportunity. They win the faceoff. They take the offensive zone. It's a 3-on-1. Nice pass near side to Garcia. Garcia's shot sails wide left as Eagan is able to throw it back to the center line, forcing Cottage Grove out of the Eagan zone momentarily. Cottage Grove with speed. They come up along the far side. That centering pass sails all the way to the near side boards. Great pass with the mid slot. They can't catch up to it. Can't control a hard pass. That sails down into the Eagan offensive zone. Cy, Kolagi, nice job by Cy. Gets the puck away from the left D for Cottage Grove. But secondary effort as they swing along the boards. Haynes pinches, gets his stick caught as Cottage Grove sends it down for a little bit of a dump and chase, making Eagan regroup. Stricker back to Rudolph. Rudolph back to Stricker. Turnover, Wildcats. Right to the mid slot. That's a shot, topside circle, pad save. Way to go, McPherson. Over to Stricker. Stricker tries to go high up off the boards for Kolagi. Kolagi back to center ice and Rudolph. Rudolph tries to knock it towards himself, kicked back by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove out of the pass, taken away by Haynes. Haynes on the near side circle, tries to dump it deep. Lots of pressure by Cottage Grove as Cottage Grove comes with the other bit at the puck. Stricker's there, and that shot on net, gloved down by Noah McPherson. So the face off to McPherson's left-hand side. 9:39 remaining in the third period. Donahue, Klenner, Austin, Laurent, and Rudolph are on the ice. Donahue sits to take the face-off with Rudolph and Austin to his right-hand side, Laurent behind him, and Klenner to his left. Cottage Grove takes the puck back behind the Eagan net as the puck sails up to Eagan. Nice job by Austin looking for Rudolph. Good back check by Cottage Grove as the puck sails back into the Eagan defensive zone to be handled by Laurent. Laurent up to Donahue. Donahue, cross-ice pass to Rudolph. Tough pass. Bounces up and over his stick. Cottage Grove, they come out of the zone with it. It's a 2-on-1. They go straight in. Nice job by Laurent. He knocks that shot down. That's a high stick. Cottage Grove waved off as Rudolph picks up the stick. Rudolph over to Donahue. Donahue. Blind pass out to Cottage Grove at the top of the zone. Cottage Grove working their way around Eagan Wildcats. There's a penalty for tripping, and that will go against Beckett Laurent. So 8:35 remaining in the first period. Eagan Wildcats will go on the penalty kill. McPherson back in net. Haynes. Stricker at D. Prouty at center. And right wing is Elliot Bauman. Haynes unable to clear the zone. Shot from the point, tipped away by Prouty. Topside circle, that's a bouncing puck. That goes wide. As Cottage Grove resets up at the top of the zone. Slap shot. That was a very powerful shot. Sailed harmlessly wide left. Cottage Grove doing a nice job cycling the puck, looking for open ice. Cottage Grove down low. And they will cycle it back out to the point. Again, nice D-to-D pass. Here's a shot forthcoming. No! Another D-to-D pass. Now here's a shot forthcoming from the near side of the ice, the top of the blue line. That does not get through. Sits there. Wow, rifle of a shot. Knocked down by McPherson. Second opportunity by Cottage Grove right in front of him as he's able to stop that, cover it. Cottage Grove Wolfpack surging during this penalty kill for the Eagan Wildcats. Lawrence, Kolaji, Austin, Rudolph. Kolaji wins the faceoff, gets to Lawrence. Lawrence overtaken at the blue line. Cottage Grove comes back into the Eagan offensive zone. 26 seconds remaining on the Wildcat penalty. Rudolph and Austin battle in the far corner. Puck slides out to Kolaji. Kolaji backhand pass sails right through the Eagan low slot. Picked up by Cottage Grove. We will have a penalty, I think. Is that a penalty against Jimmy Lawrence? Cottage Grove had a player down. Whistle was blown. So 5 seconds remaining on the Cottage Grove power play. No penalty was the call, so it was just an injury whistle. So we'll line up. It's still 4-on-5 for 5 seconds. Kolaji, Lawrence, Stricker, and Haynes. Stricker back to Haynes. Haynes throws it far side corner back behind his own net to Stricker. Stricker comes near side to Lawrence. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Gannon was streaking up. That pass from Lawrence knocked down by Cottage Grove. I really like that sight line by Jimmy Lawrence as he was looking to go deep. Cottage Grove with a shot. That was almost a shoelace save. McPherson kicks that down. That was looking to slide in a right at the right-hand post. Kicked away by McPherson. 6:41 remaining in the contest as Cottage takes the face-off. Puck controlled by Cottage, takes it around his own net. Outlet pass knocked away as Laurent maintains it, gets it up to Cy. So Laurent and Austin are your two defensemen. Your forwards are Cottage, Cy, and Gannon. Cottage Grove up off the near boards in the Eagan defensive zone, all the way back behind the Eagan goal line as Laurent takes it. Up to Austin. Austin touch pass looking for Cottage. Taken away by Cottage Grove. Their shot sails wide, but they get a second look at it from the top side circle. That shot is saved by a sweeping leg kick of Noah McPherson. Sort of a face-off to McPherson's right-hand side, Eagan defensive zone. So in the last half of this game, the Cottage Grove Wolfpack have found a second gear, and McPherson is being peppered. The score is still 2-0. 5:55 remaining in this contest. Rudolph comes up the ice. He's got Klenner. Nice sliding pass to Klenner's boot. Klenner comes around his shot. Near side, wide left. Centering opportunity, looking for Donahue. Doesn't connect. Laurent holds his own. Laurent, Austin, Klenner, Donahue, and Rudolph as Cottage Grove clears the zone. Skates near side. They'll dump and chase it. Laurent catches up to it. Laurent over to Austin. Austin up to Rudolph, just beyond his outstretched hands. But a nice effort by Donahue, forcing Cottage Grove back to neutral ice. Cottage Grove regroups. They come out with speed right through the low slot. That shot right into McPherson's belly. Rebound was shot and picked up by Cottage Grove, wide right. Another quick shot, near side circle. As Eagan finally clears it back out to center ice and down the length of the ice. The puck will not get back behind the goal line, so icing's been waived. Donahue applies pressure. We've got Lawrence and Bauman with Donahue at center ice. Lawrence applies pressure. Puck sails back to Haynes. Haynes and Stricker. That's a quick shot. Pad save by McPherson. Haynes along the near side corner to Lawrence. Lawrence off the boards. That's a hook. No call. Lawrence battles through it. Has the puck along the near side circle. Cottage Grove does a nice job catching up to him, but Lawrence looking for Prouty right at the right post. What a great backdoor pass, foiled by Cottage Grove. Eagan resets up at Haynes at the corner. That shot sails all the way down. Pad save. And covered by Cottage Grove. So the face off to Cottage Grove netminders right-hand side. Eagan offensive zone. Stricker, Haynes, Lawrence, Prouty, and Bauman. Prouty looking for Stricker. Stricker does a nice job skating up on that puck. His shot knocked away by the pads of a defenseman, and Cottage Grove, they're going to send it all the way down. Icing will be the call. Icing is the call, so we'll come back down to the Eagan offensive zone. 3:53 remaining. Cottage, Cy, Gannon, Austin, and Laurent on the ice for your Wildcats. So Cottage Grove has battled all the way back. Shots on goal. Eagan with the advantage, 29-25. But for a while, it was 20-7. So Eagan Wildcats have been stymied on the offensive end as Cottage Grove has maintained much possession during this third period. Outlet pass knocked away by Eagan. Quick shot by Laurent, just sails barely wide left. Cottage Grove sends it back out to center ice. Laurent back to Austin. Austin looking for Cy. Just behind him, side battles for a secondary effort, looking for Cottage. Does not connect on the pass. Cottage Grove sends it deep into the Eagan defensive zone. Austin picks up, turnover, back behind the net. Cottage Grove wrap around. Laurent's there to knock it free. out to the top of the post. Side, nice job getting back to neutral ice. Cottage Grove collects the puck. They come in top side of the zone, knocked it away again by Cy. Cy very active on his forechecks. Kolaji with the puck back up to Austin. Austin, he gets that taken away, but that will be an offside. Cottage Grove, so the neutral zone drop, 2:53 remaining. Donahue, Rudolph, Klenner, Stricker, and Haynes. Cottage Grove controls the puck off the faceoff. They're going to recycle it near side as Michael Haynes takes it right off the stick of an advancing winger for the Wolfpack, and he muscles the puck up to Donahue. Donahue cross-ice pass looking for Rudolph. Rudolph, though, had to hold up the blue line, so that pass is just out of his outstretched hands. Now Donahue's there to collect the puck, throws it down to the low slot, taken away by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove on the far boards. Poke check by Stricker. Stricker's going to come up into the offensive zone, supported by who? He was supported by Rudolph and Klenner. The Cottage Grove were able to knock it down into the Eagan defensive zone for Haynes. Haynes to Stricker. Stricker up to Klenner. Klenner's got a one-on-one with the puck near boards. He's going to slide it over to the far corner as the Eagan Wildcats were getting a change. So he's got Donahue and Rudolph. The Cottage Grove with numbers. They clear the puck out to center ice and they come down all the way. That's a shot. Big time save. One-on-none as McPherson was able just to knock that down, showing great composure. Icing's been waived. 1:34 remaining in the period. Cottage Grove with an extra skater as their net is empty. Lawrence, Bauman, Prouty, Austin around the ice for your Wildcats. Nice job by Prouty. Up to that Lawrence. Lawrence back at the center ice, and here comes Bauman. Bauman was looking for the empty net. He gets it taken away at the blue line. Cottage Grove comes the other way. Nice poke check again by Austin. Oh, so that was Lawrence. Austin had the next one. Clears the zone back to center ice. 58 seconds remaining. Cottage Grove with a fancy jump over the puck effort. That puck is in the mitt of Noah McPherson. 48 seconds remaining. Empty net remains. Kolaji, Gannon, Cy, Stricker, and Haynes line up the near side circle to McPherson's left-hand side in the Eagan defensive zone. Kolaji wins the face-off, slides over to Cy. Cy gets pinched along the near boards. He's got Haynes to support. Haynes tries to clear it back, ends up on the stick of the Cottage Grove at the point. Their shot deflected by Gannon. They take it down low. The left winger calling for the puck. Gannon hears it. He applies pressure. They come near side ice. That is up. That puck is knocked down by the Eagan goaltender's glove. But that sails free, and the rebound goes top shelf. The score is now 2-1 as Cottage Grove Wolfpack has taken the lead on the shots on goal, 32-29. So a huge third period effort by this Cottage Grove Wolfpack team that refuses to go away. Extra skaters still on the ice. Haynes, Stricker, Cy, Kolaji, Gannon. Puck won by Kolaji up to Gannon. Gannon, he's going to throw it back up into the offensive zone. Knocked down by Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove near side. Everett Cy, he skates up. That'll be offside as Kolaji was unable to get back in the neutral zone. So 11.3 seconds remaining. They're going to call intentional offside again on that, which I do not agree with. That is not the rule. Well, that's all right. Referees will make the call. So down here to McPherson's left-hand side again. Kolaji up to Cy, over to Gannon. To Stricker. Stricker up to Gannon. Gannon touches it in. They're gonna waive icing. So even with the deflection, they had his hand up. So this game ends. Eagan Wildcats 2, Cottage Grove Wolfpack 1. Cottage Grove not going away made this a heck of a game late in the third period. Good quality win here by Eagan-West as we win one in District 8.